do without power steering.
Amanda, what's the latest on the 99?
Yeah, it's still battling that power steering. They think there might be air in the line of trying to get that power steering fluid back into that truck. I just saw the team run off of the pit box and told him to exit that track. The 99 is headed back to the garages, guys.
See Rich Lucius, his crew chief there. Tough break for them. They look like contenders to start this day, earlier with practice and qualifying.
That time by Jake Garcia and Corey Heim, the fastest two trucks on the track. They're both solidly in the top 5. You can see here, 17 of Gio Ruggiero. He's having a great run. He's got a really fast truck and is doing a good job.
Oh, pass for the lead.
There's a battle for the lead. Nathan Bird in that 02 truck, black truck, got in the way of Caden Honeycutt, and that allowed the door to open up for Lane Riggs.
Lane Riggs leads here for the second time today. He won stage 1. Look at him setting sail. See you guys.
Honeycutt looks a little free or something to be able to not have him be able to run the bottom as good, and Nathan Bird just took that line away from him, and Lane Riggs, we talked about, been super good on the bottom. Rolled by both.
Jake Garcia making his way forward. They made that big adjustment, fell back a bit, but he's moving forward as Lane Riggs continues to lead. We'll step aside, but you won't miss a thing.
Reason's going to get 1, maybe 2, looking maybe to the inside, trying to clear that 71 of Raja Caruth with that HenderCars.com Chevy. Side by side, going to continue fighting. Going to be tough to stay side by side as Friesen's going to clear and click off one more spot up to 12.
Connor Mozak, you mentioned him, Michael. I mean, lap 3, the guy went around, and his truck has been that good. The team has stayed in it now, up to 10th. You see him right there in that colorful 81. Tanner Gray just behind him.
Yeah, and as racing goes, he turned around Bailey Curry, and Curry's 5 laps down, and he's in the top 10. You know, sometimes racing just doesn't seem fair to you, but you just race on.
We talked to Tanner Gray's crew chief in the show earlier, and obviously felt really good about their truck, running 11th right now. Maybe not 100% the best day they would 100% want right now, but still looking pretty solid right now with plenty of time to adjust on that truck.
Final lap here of stage number 2. Lane Riggs, remember, picked up his first career stage win earlier. Trying to hang on here to pick up stage win number 2.
Wood doing his best to stay ahead of Lane. I don't think Lane's going to contest him too strongly. Pretty big lead, over a second for Riggs as he comes to the green and white checker.
Goes in the air. It's got to feel good. This truck has been so quick, so they sweep the stages so far. Caden Honeycutt, Jake Garcia, they stay in that order. Chandler Smith and Corey Heim round out the top 5. Can Lane Riggs hang on and win it all? 110 laps still to go from the Rock.
Races on Fox.
I like his shorts. Look at him. The whole family's got them on.
How fun is that? There's a sand mill right outside the racetrack. We showed it earlier. These boys are playing for pit stops for the second time, Amanda.
Chandler Smith comes back to that first pit stall here at Rockingham. He pulls into that team that he assembled back in January. It will be 4 tires for Chandler Smith as we take a look at that. But he told his team that he's flying better laterally. He's hitting the splitter on entry. Todd?
Yeah, I spoke with the crew chief, Phil Gould, on the 45. He said Caden got a little tight as that run went, but Phil feels like it was just the left front tire being wore out, the fact they only took 2 tires that stop. So 4 tires with no changes for Caden Honeycutt. The 34 Lane Riggs, he feels like the racetrack has stopped changing. They're going to make some adjustments, a little bit of air out of the right rear to get him some lateral grip in the back. Jamie?
Guess if it stopped changing, that's bad news for the rest of the field because Lane's been pretty good. But I'll tell you, Chandler Smith up 3 spots. 17, Gio Ruggiero. Oh, Tanner Gray gets huge wiggle, washes up the track, gives up.
That'll get your attention right there. That thing got away from him in a hurry.
There's contact in front. That was, I believe, Mozak again at some point, and Dawson Sutton maybe. As you see, they're all sort of on top of each other. They got together.
Oh,
again.
That's going to be a wreck.
Contact. Connor Mozak, Luke Finhouse. Luke hangs on to it.
I can't believe it didn't crash.
He's got a fender rub. You see it there on the left rear.
Mozak got to be able to take advantage of the line he's been running the last few laps and take evasive action, but going to be a tire rub on the 66 machine and a lot of contact happening.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
Dawson
Sutton with
Sutton.
maybe a right front down or something out of the groove at some point, slow. I believe we got a replay for you.
Yeah, this is what happens when they go 3 wide into turn 3, and there's just not enough room for everyone. Damage to the right front of Finhouse. Watch what Tyler Ankrum sees as he looks ahead. There's just trucks all over each other here. We're on board with the 18 here.
Just in case of Mozak not getting enough space, not maybe a late call wide or something. But yeah, a lot happening right there. But I think really because Mozak had so much going on in 1 and 2, he hadn't fully recovered and known exactly where